All right, so the news is finally out. Iron Maiden is, at long last, getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But after all the years of being snubbed, and after their own singer literally promised he'd refuse the honor, they're not even showing up to the party. And you know what? It might just be the most rock and roll thing they've ever done. So let's get into it.
So, here's the headline that's got the entire rock world buzzing. After decades of being eligible, Iron Maiden is officially a Rock Hall inductee. But the kicker? The band's already come out and said, yeah, thanks, but we're not going to be there to pick up the award.
And that just raises the big question, right? Is this the ultimate middle finger to an institution that ignored them for years? Or is this something else entirely? Is this the ultimate power move from a band that, let's be honest, has never needed anyone's approval except their fans? That's what we're going to dig into.
Now, to really get to the bottom of this, you gotta look at the history. This isn't some spur-of-the-moment decision. Oh no, this is the culmination of a long, and frankly, a pretty ridiculous road to induction.
Yeah, 46 years. That's how long Iron Maiden has been one of the biggest bands on the planet, shaping an entire genre before the Hall of Fame finally decided to let them in. Just let that sink in for a second.
I mean, look at this timeline. It just lays out how absurd this whole journey has been. Their debut album drops in 1980, which means they were eligible to get in way back in 2005. And what happened? Crickets. Then they get a nomination in 2021 and a snub. Another one in 2023. Snubbed again. It took nearly 2 decades of them being eligible for the institution to finally get it right. You can totally see why the fans have been losing their minds over this for years.
And check this out, they're going in with a pretty huge class, right? You got Phil Collins, Billy Idol, the Wu-Tang Clan, but look, right there, Oasis. They're also getting in. And guess what? Also unlikely to show up, with Liam Gallagher already tweeting about it. So it looks like Maiden isn't the only one giving the whole ceremony the side eye.
But look, this goes way deeper than just some scheduling thing or sour grapes over past snubs. No, this is ideological. This goes straight to the top, to frontman Bruce Dickinson and his very public, let's just say blunt, war of words with the Rock Hall. And this is it. This is the quote that basically set this whole thing in motion. Years before this latest nomination, Bruce went on record saying, "Rock and roll music does not belong in a mausoleum. It's worse than horrible, it's vulgar." He wasn't just saying he didn't like it. He was basically saying the whole concept is rotten to the core. And he swore he'd refuse if they ever got in. And you gotta understand, this isn't just Bruce going off on one of his rants. This is baked into the band's DNA. The founder, Steve Harris, has said pretty much the same thing. They have never cared about Grammys or gold statues. So when the call finally came through, they played it perfectly. They were gracious, they accepted, but they were crystal clear about what their real priorities are. And that brings us to the official reason they're not going. The so-called scheduling conflict down in Australia. But what's really behind that? Oh man, it's everything.
Just look at this. This is the choice they had to make. On one hand, you've got the whole industry machine in LA. The red carpets, the self-congratulatory speeches, all of it. And on the other hand, 50,000 screaming fans in Australia on their Future Past tour. For a band like Iron Maiden, come on, this wasn't even a decision. It was a no-brainer.
And those fans, they have a name. They're the Maniacs. And they are, without a doubt, one of the most loyal fan bases on the entire planet. Their legendary manager, Rod Smallwood, just laid it out plain and simple. He said the fans always come first and that the shows will of course go on. That's it. No room for debate, no apologies. The fans come first. End of story. And if you're wondering why these particular shows are so important, just look at this number. This is only the 8th time in their entire, nearly 50-year career that they've toured Australia. So for those fans down under, this isn't just another tour date, man. This is a massive, once-in-a-decade kind of event. The idea of canceling that for some award show, it was never even a conversation.
So you put all the pieces together, and you realize, yeah, this isn't a snub. It's a mission statement. And that is exactly why them not being there is so much more powerful than if they actually showed up.
It's like they're just following the Iron Maiden playbook, one they wrote themselves over the last 5 decades. Step 1, build a legendary career completely on your own terms. Step 2, be totally, utterly indifferent to what the industry thinks of you. Step 3, when they finally give you the honor, accept it with class. And the final, ultimate step, you choose 50,000 screaming fans over their stuffy ceremony. Every single time.
No exceptions.
And this is the beautiful irony of the whole thing, isn't it? By blowing off the ceremony to play for their fans, they actually proved exactly why they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame more than anyone. Showing up would have almost felt, I don't know, like a compromise, but staying true to the fans who got them there in the first place, that right there is the essence of Iron Maiden.
You know, maybe the real reason they're finally in the Hall of Fame is precisely because they never gave a damn about getting into the Hall of Fame. All they ever cared about was the music and the people who live and breathe it. So, I gotta ask you, did Maiden make the right call? Is this the most up the irons thing they have ever done? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know what you think.